On and off the water, when it comes to safety, there is no compromise. So always read and follow all manufacturers' guidelines. I've almost completed sanding in the cabin, but residual adhesive in several sections has me concerned. I have to get down to a clean surface, and this bloody glue has me out of my mind. There is a little bit of solvent left, so let's see if we can clean this up. This citrus-based product was the only thing capable of breaking down the glue, and it was safe to use. The solvent liquefies the glue into a sticky ooze that scrapes off bare plywood reasonably well. But on fiberglass, it just hides in the rough surface and doesn't come off. And when it dries, it forms a hard coating like an M&M. So once again, I'm trying the scrub and wipe technique. But all I'm doing is pushing it around the surface. And more chemicals isn't the answer either. Xylene, solvent, acetone, none of them had any effect on the glue. Even this heavy scrub brush doesn't pull the liquefied glue from the fiberglass. If I don't get a clean surface here, I think it could be a disaster. Damn this glue to hell. It looks like I'm gonna have to sacrifice some more sandpaper to the cause. But I am concerned about the hard sanding, pushing glue into the wood, and having a negative effect on the laminate. And wiping acetone now isn't going to help, so I will sand the glue off, scrub with water, then acetone, sanding clean wood right before I apply any resin. I have to make sure that the drainage path between the cabin and the bilge doesn't suffer the same fate as the factory installation. So I'm going to ensure all drainage holes are sealed and positioned to avoid pooling and trapping water. I used this set of wood rasps to clean up the plywood edges of the drain holes. My plan is to seal them with resin. These holes are from the storage lockers above the cabin floor. They drain onto the top of the floor and follow a drain hole down into the step. This is a dry zone and will clean up nicely. Because I don't have access under the deck between the cabin and the fuel tank area, I'm concerned about water and debris being trapped in a space I cannot reach, and damage to what I assume are poorly fiberglassed areas. So for under $40, I bought this inspection camera. Now I can see firsthand the drainage path from the step to the bilge. And to my great surprise, the water passes through the tube under the deck. It's a similar story with water from the tank area to the bilge. So as long as the water is contained in the tube, I feel a lot better. My bilge pump sits about 1.5 inches above the bottom of the bilge, so it's common for there to be a small amount of water. So it's important to minimize any seepage into the bilge. Last season, I replaced the hatch in the engine well, reducing water in the bilge to almost zero. But water can seep in around the downrigger and LED wires and the battery doors. A drip loop would definitely help here, as would a cable clamp like I used for the radar tower. When I replace the gunwales, I'll address this issue, but there isn't much I can do about the battery doors. The inspection hatch for the fuel tank is only a few years old, and I keep looking for the perfect hatch, but for now, it's not a major offender. The self-bailing deck is one of Trophy's strong points, especially with these scuppers. But none of this water ever enters the bilge, so generally the bilge is dry. If water is in there, it's always a sign of a larger problem. So by creating a safe wet area from bilge to step, I'll be protecting my new fuel tank.